Hey Sean, I know I haven't done this in a while. In fact, I haven't done it for a few years. But I want to ask you a few questions. Just straight out ask you a few questions in the 15 minutes that I have. So here we go. Here we go. First of all, I want to know if you've heard about or if you've ever seen the movie The Congress. It's an independent animated film. It's an independent animated, well, not animated film. In fact, let me show you. This is the Congress right here. I don't know if you can see that very well. But it's a live action, independent like film. The animation part doesn't take place until later on. But it is rated R, so it wouldn't really be appropriate for your daughter. But my thoughts are, have you heard of this movie? And if you've seen it? Because if you haven't, I do recommend checking it out when you get a chance. Like I said, I do recommend checking it out when you get a chance. So. Hold on for a second. Okay, just adjusting things there. But I do recommend checking that out if you get a chance. It's kind of, I guess you could say it's sort of in the style of back like in the 60s and 70s when weird animation would kind of come into play and the characters would sometimes go through situations that were like, that doesn't really make sense kind of deal. I want to know if you've seen it yet or if you've heard of it. Also, have you purchased this yet on Blu-ray? This is Appleseed Alpha. I haven't seen it yet myself, but I think I've seen some of the other Appleseed movie, and it looks really good. And when I saw this, I said, you know what? I'm going to get it, and just for the heck of it, I want to get it so that I can sit back and enjoy it when I do. I mean, apparently the CGI looks really good in there, so I want to know if you've purchased this one yet or if you plan to. I think you might find it interesting. I really do. Speaking of things I'm wondering, speaking of things I'm wondering if you've seen or not, did you see the 75 Years of Marvel from Pulp to Pop special on ABC or whatever your local or nationally televised ABC like station is? Did you see it? Did you see this yet? Because I guarantee you, if you haven't, it's a good one. And you can kind of tell that it's going to be a little you can kind of tell it's going to be longer if it gets a Blu-ray and DVD release. That there's more to it. So, but did you see it? I was just wondering if you've seen this on a couple weeks ago, because it's really good. It really is. Speaking of Marvel, Sean, I got another question. What are your thoughts on the first and most recently the second trailer for Avengers: Age of Ultron? Because I can tell you this: when I saw it, when I saw both of them, I was blown away. I mean, this is something I know that I'm going to go and see when the time is right. I will go and see. So I want to know what your thoughts are. Are you looking forward to Age of Ultron? Let us know. Let me know, Sean. Also, I want to know what your thoughts are on the announcement that Marvel made a couple weeks ago for Phase 3 in their movie lineup. That's right. Phase 3, which is going to consist of Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Inhumans, Captain Marvel, which is going to be Carol Danvers, and then all concluding with Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Avengers Infinity War Part 2. I want to know what your thoughts are on that announcement, and are you looking forward to it? Because I know I'm looking forward to it, In addition, I want to know what your thoughts are on DC Comics announcements of some of the movies they're coming up. You know, with like Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1, Justice League Part 2, Man of Steel 2, you know, a rebooted Green Lantern, Shazam, you know, Cyborg. What are your thoughts on all these films? Let me know down below. Not down below, but let me know in the video response, because that's what I want to hear from. That's how I want to see you do these answer these questions in a video response. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. I really do. Another question I have is, what are your thoughts on the fact that finally one of the other big four from Hasbro is getting a theatrical release next year, and that is Jem and the Holograms. That's right, Jem and the Holograms, in case you don't know, are getting a feature film, getting the first feature film, live action feature film next year in theaters in October of next year. Literally 11 months from now. So I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Because in a strange sort of way, and I've mentioned this before, it seems that Hasbro's Big Four has come sort of full circle. And I mean sort of, because if you count My Little Ponies in Crusty Girls movies in theaters, those were only weekend releases only, and then they were straight to DVD and video, or straight to DVD, Blu-ray, and digital HD. And if not, shortly after, straight to television. I want to know what your thoughts are on that sort of coming full circle, and the possibility that the Ponies will get an actual theatrical film 2 years later in 2017 or 18, either based on Friendship and Magic or just totally original. Because when you think about it, this is a great time to be a Hasbro fan. Because here you have Transformers already 4 times in theaters, G.I. Joe 2 times, Gem's finally coming next year, and the possibility that a Pony one coming maybe a year or two afterwards. It's a great time to be a Hasbro fan, especially of the 80s. And especially if you're a fan of Friendship and Magic, Sean, it's a good time to be a fan, and because it might be Friendship and Magic that hits the big screen. Who knows? But I want to know what your thoughts are on all that, on that possibility. I also want to know, what were your first reactions when you heard Blu-ray was going to be the new home video format to watch movies and eventually television shows on? What were your thoughts when you heard that Blu-ray was going to take movies and present them in ways you had never seen before? What were your thoughts on that? How did you react? And also, another question, what are your thoughts on the fact that there are Blu-ray recorders out there, but we have yet to really see them here in the States or in Canada? Because I know in the UK they're there. And I know I've seen them somewhat around in places like Best Buy, and I'm sure you've probably seen them in places like Future Shop or elsewhere. I want to know what your thoughts are. I want to know what your thoughts are on why we haven't gotten, Blu-ray recorders officially released here in the States. I mean, I pretty much have an idea why, but when you think about it, a Blu-ray recorder could really be a successful thing here. It would give people more opportunities to record stuff and have more space to record it in without blurring out a picture. So I want to know what your thoughts are on why we haven't gotten Blu-ray recorders yet, and do you think when we do get them, they will be huge successes? Another question I have for you concerning Blu-ray, and I know you've answered this before. Well, after some of the things I have seen lately and you've seen, I think it's a stronger possibility than ever that we are eventually going to get Blu-ray releases of a lot of shows from the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, and even the 70s. And either it's animation or live action standard, we're going to end up getting them. Because when you take a look at Germany, and you can look this up on YouTube, even you've mentioned it, it's a strong possibility that it's going to happen. I mean, if distributors in Germany can take shows like He-Man, She-Ra, take shows like He-Man, She-Ra, Brave Star, you know, some of, Jason the Wheel Warriors maybe. Take them and put them on Blu-ray. If not, put the complete series on Blu-ray. Or complete the series in just 2 volumes on Blu-ray. That says something. So do you think it's eventually going to happen? So do you think it's eventually going to happen here? And I want to know what you think will be the first series that might get that treatment. What do you think will be the first series that might get that treatment? What are the first few series you think might go in that direction if it happens here in the States and in Canada? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Also, I want to know what your thoughts are on the upcoming X-Men Apocalypse movie. Because I can tell you this, because I do have X-Men Days of Future Past. I have the Walmart exclusive one that you get the Blu-ray and the digital HD, but you also get a fan art book and you get a mini reprint comic book of the original Days of Future Past. So I want to know what your thoughts are on the Age of Apocalypse and the post-end credit scenes that will lead us into Age of Apocalypse. To me, it looks really good, and I cannot wait to see it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think down below on that. And finally, a few Disney ones for you. Have you seen yet Big Hero 6? I haven't seen it. My soon-to-be 11-year-old nephew has. And from what I've heard, it's a big deal. Everyone likes it. Well, what are your thoughts on Big Hero 6? And do you think maybe Marvel someday down the road might do their own interpretation of it, so that it will fit into the cinematic universe, unlike this one? And also, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Disney Pixar Inside Out? What are your thoughts on that? Huh? What are your thoughts on that? And then now, what are your thoughts on that? And do you think this movie, along with Big Hero 6, are movies you might want to take your daughter to see? And also, here's a big question for you to end on. Being a Disney fan, and me being a Disney fan, when do you think Disney is going to finally wise up and say, enough with the dating, let's finally marry off Mickey and Minnie? When do you think they might do it? And do you think they might do it in a motion picture fit for theaters? Or how do you think it's going to be done? Let me know what you think to that question and all questions down below. Thank you for watching, Sean. Thank you for all you do with the Multimedia Chronicles. And I promise you, once again, there will be a package heading your way down the line, hopefully soon. I'm hoping it will be soon. I can't really make any promises right now, but it will be before this year's out. So let me know what you think down. So let me know your answers to these questions in a video response. Again, thank you for all you do, and God bless. Take care. I am out.